I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money. I really need that money. Really need that money. I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money. I really need that money. Really need that money. Really, that money. That money.
Oh, this is a troll. No wonder. I should have recognized the email address. My fault. A big boss with our first super chat of the day, $1.99 super chat. He says, Black Ops 6 Zombies is single player now. It would be cool. What do you mean? Zombies has always been single player. You can play it by yourself. It's just nowhere near as good when you play it by yourself. It's a much, much, much better game when you team up with others, because if you're by yourself, you can't even revive yourself unless you buy the auto revive, which is a rare thing to get. You know, if you're teaming up with other people, you can revive and back each other up. It's very boring to play by yourself. So I would not want to do that, I don't think, being honest, okay? There was a troll super chat. Thanks, stupid. It's just hilarious. Just listen to this. Begging is not a business. Okay. My model is that I give you content for free, you enjoy the content, and then you support it. Me sitting here and saying, hey, I have some goals for support, let's hit them, and then giving you positive reinforcement for it, such as, hey, if we hit the goal, we'll have a celebration. When we hit a certain amount of goals, we do a big reward. That's not begging, you imbecile. Begging is when you sit on the street with nothing to offer society and you shake a cup and you say, alms for the poor. I'm not a poor. Okay? I'm not. I make a good living because I provide content people like, and then when they like it, they reciprocate. If you think that's begging, you're just dead wrong because you're a jealous imbecile who wishes that they could have everything that I have and you don't, and you're just so jealous about it, you can't come to grips with reality that I have a business that has been successful now since 2011. That's right. I've been doing this for a living for 14 years, and I'm going to do it for as long as I want, as successfully and to the level that I want, doing the content that I want, and there's nothing you can do about it. Get it? That's it. Your jealousy, your incredible jealousy, is embarrassing to humanity. So please shut up. But thanks for the super chat. I appreciate that you are supporting the content, even though I didn't even ask for anything. There you go. There was no begging required. You just forthcoming with the support. So thanks. Anyway, let's get back to business here. What's up, King Michael? How you doing? What's up, Toasty Chestnuts? How you guys doing today over on Kick? Good to see you both. Mark Samillion. Let's see here. Big Boss did a $4.99 super chat, so that will be our biggest one. Let's get that on the leaderboard. Excuse me. Okay, and Big Boss now says, instead of storing vests and hats, every $1,000 made during a marathon, randomly give away a signed vest and hat. It would be cool. I keep telling you guys this, but people don't listen. There's no viable way to mail this shit all around the world. Don't you know that? Like, I've explained this before. Like, when I first started doing my seasonal giveaways, which I used to do in the fourth quarter of every year, I called it the Hardcore Gaming Season Giveaway. I would give away games, collectibles, autographed merch, and other various things. One time I even gave away a PlayStation 4 at its launch, okay? But I used to do this regularly, every fourth quarter of the year, like clockwork. And here's what ended up happening is I realized I don't just have a domestic viewer base. The people who watch me aren't just in the United States. You guys are in Canada. You guys are in the UK. You guys are in various parts of Europe spread out, but you're also in Asia, right? I even have some viewers in like South America, okay? And what would happen is people would enter these contests to win stuff, and they would, and then I would go to mail it, and it would be like, first of all, almost impossible to mail it properly because trying to mail stuff internationally is very different than mailing it domestically. You don't know how to put the address on the package. It's very complicated. But in addition, I'll give you a perfect example here. Sometimes I'd be mailing, say, a game. Now the game's worth $20. So I sign the box. Here we go. I go to mail it, and they'd be like, "Oh, you're mailing that to, Brazil? Okay, that's $70. What? Yeah, it's $70. And by the way, this was over a decade ago. So you can imagine shipping costs probably have exponentially increased in the last decade. Okay? So sadly, the idea of physical giveaways isn't as easy as you think. Okay? The people who typically do physical giveaways are people who are very big and have people they can hire to do it for them. And they can, take care of all that stressful nonsense of the logistics and paying for it and making sure that it tracks and gets there. I can't do that. It's just too annoying, too expensive, all right? That's one of the major reasons why I completely stopped doing actual giveaways. At one point, I was selling Project 7 t-shirts. Again, this was over a decade ago. I was selling the shirt for a $20 patron pledge, and then I would mail it, and it would cost me $40 to get it to you, so I lost $20 on the deal. I was losing money doing it. So basically, I stopped doing physical stuff a long time ago for good reason. All right. I have no plans on doing any physical mailings or giveaways. It's just not worth it. Okay. My content is right here. This is it. If you want me to do something digitally, make you some content, that's one thing. You want to see me do something on stream, do a taste test, do a special marathon, play a game, that's the content I make. I don't do physical giveaways for a reason. There's also a reason with merch. That's why I have a third-party company that makes my merch and ships it to you, because I don't have the time and logistics to handle it like they do. Get it? So there you go. I hope that makes sense. Okay. The Go did a $2 super chat. Why do you make your wife work and cook when you make $140,000? First of all, you have absolutely, positively no idea how much money I make. You don't. You're an idiot. Because all the morons who try to, he makes this, he makes that, he makes this. You have no clue because you actually can't quantify what I make. You don't know what % of anything that I get on a stream I actually keep and how much goes to taxes or whatever. You have no idea what's real or not, right? I've said this before. You literally have no idea if I've ever received a tip. They could all be real. They could all be fake. Some could be real. Some could be fake. And the truth is, it's none of your business. Get it? It's my business, not yours. So all these morons out there who try to figure this shit out, Phil made this, Phil made that, Phil made that. You don't know what I make. I could be making 3 times that, and I could be making 1/3 of that, and it's none of your business. Okay? Now, why does my wife work? Well, because she wants to. She doesn't want to sit around the house all goddamn day. Okay? Because by having her work, it alleviates the financial responsibilities around here. Instead of it all being on my shoulders, it's a second income that goes towards very important things. Okay. Our finances are set up in a certain way on purpose. So basically, allow me to explain in the best way possible. Okay. Let me see if I can phrase this in a way that makes sense. Fuck off. Go fuck yourself. Mind your own business. What my wife and I do is our business, not yours. And you don't know better than us, so kiss my ass. There we go. The camera was slightly off. That's better. I wasn't centered. What about this one? It looks like they've all moved somehow. There we go. What about this one? Yeah, okay, let's fix them all. There we are. Now they're all centered. Good. Very good. Okay. But thanks for the $2 super chat for the incredibly intrusive, nosy question that's none of your business. Okay.